So you lost your show, Adam Ruins Everything, which sucks.
Oh, thank you.
Well, because we're going to dovetail. You can follow along with this outline that we've got up there.
Or don't.
But, you know, which sucks.
But so we talk a lot on the show about kind of the financialization of everything, the you know, how corporate mergers just kind of make everything worse for us. But you actually lived through one of those restructuring.
I was an early victim, and there are a lot more victims right now. But yeah,
right.
Look, first of all, Adam Ruins Everything. We did 65 episodes of it over the course of like 4 or 5 years. The show was a success. I'm not like, I was not like wounded. I was ready to do new things by the time it ended. But the reason it was canceled, it was the second biggest show on the network. It was profitable for the network. The reason it was killed was because AT&T bought Time Warner,
right.
Which was the parent company of Turner, which was the parent company of TBS, TNT, True TV, all these other networks, right? And when they did that, the first thing that they did was like assassinate True TV. Every single person who worked for the network was fired, like 100 people, including the president of the network, who originally bought my show. And then they put the whole thing under TBS, and they just started canceling a whole bunch of shows. And that was all happening during the writing of our last season. And so we we're like, all right, we'll see what's going on here. We made the season finale a series finale, and a month after the show ended, the new dude in charge of TBS and TNT called me and was like, yeah, we're not picking up the show. And I was like, yeah, I figured that out.
Right.
but like it would have kept going otherwise, as would have other shows on True TV. And now here's the funny thing. That was the earlier WB merger. That's when AT&T, the phone company, bought Warner Brothers. That merger took like 3 years to put together. It was the whole time we were making Adam Ruins Everything. It was like the merger's coming. What's going to happen after the merger?
Didn't even Trump's Department of Justice, weren't they trying to stop it?
They tried to stop it, and they failed in court.
They said it would be bad for consumers.
Yeah, they did say it would be bad for consumers. Now, I don't know the details of like what case they brought or why it failed. We can talk about, the legal barriers to fighting monopolies, where there's a whole like legal theory about mergers that's like largely wrong, that like dominates the court system, that leads to, the Justice Department failing to stop mergers because like a judge will say, fuck you.
Well, the argument becomes, well, we're going to provide things for cheaper for consumers instead of actually...
Here's the short version. There's a lot of reasons to stop mergers. There's a lot of reasons for antitrust reform or for antitrust enforcement. For instance, that when one company has too much market power, it has too much power in society, not just in the economy, but for instance, if there's just one media conglomerate that owns every television station, then the one person who runs that media conglomerate controls too much of the airwaves, right? And like controls what people see and hear. And we sort of think there was a time in American life when we believed that was bad. Just for one company to have that much power, period, is like anti-democratic.
Good for people.
Competition is good for people economically, and also in terms of a democracy. If you've got one person or one company controlling an entire sphere of the economy, then that person actually has power over everyone else's life beyond just the economy, right? Like if you've got one company that owns all the railroads, or one company that makes all the cars, or whatever, right? Then that company can decide, I want the cars to work this way. I want the railroads to work that way. I want
the prices to be...
Exactly. But I want to be really clear. It's beyond just prices, right? Yeah. It's like literally how our society functions beyond just the economics of it.
Well, and we're finding out maybe a phone company managing a bunch of studios wasn't the best idea either.
Didn't they buy it for like $86 billion?
They bought it for a ton of money.
Jesus Christ.
The problem is that there has been a legal theory since the 80s that has taken over the judicial branch that says that actually the only reason to stop a merger isn't because of all those other reasons that we discussed. It's because the only reason you need to stop a merger is if it would cause prices to go up. It's called the Consumer Welfare Standard.
It's all that matters.
And it basically boils down to, if the company can say this will cause prices to go down for consumers, then the merger is going to be okay.
Is there like a window because we all know that eventually those prices creep back up? It's not like they can bust
the prices don't even go down. Yeah. But no, like the Justice Department had its chance to stop the merger, and a judge stopped them from stopping the merger, and the merger went through.
It's always a Reagan era policy why we're always
absolutely
with something.
and part of the reason it worked is because judges are not economists, and so it turned out to be a very easy test for them to understand. If prices go down, okay. If prices go up, not okay. And so the companies just know how to say, oh, this will cause prices to go down. Now, there have been waves and waves of media merger throughout, the country in the last 5-10 years. Does anybody feel like prices have gone down? Absolutely not. Prices have gone up. Your cable bill's gone up. You're paying more money for more of these services.
And they
there's
still
less
call
choices.
and ask you to upgrade to extra more shit.
Exactly.
Well, now
Spectrum's calling me all the time.
You're still seeing with the Warner merge. Now they're talking about the Discovery Warner.
So that's the
Discovery
next merger.
HBO merger.
Yeah.
And they're saying that your prices might go up, right? Because you're going to get more content,
Absolutely.
even though you didn't ask. I don't want anything on Discovery. Like I don't know. It's like Food Network and all those channels. I would never pay for it. Yeah.